Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 17th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. From the gun, running back gets to give. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Back to pass, it's Orlando. Quick completion on the out. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And the Canes headed quickly to the line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Give to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Wants to adjust the pattern. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hurricanes will punt this one away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. It's Russell. Makes the grab. It's Charles. Oh, it's a fumble. And they were lucky that fumble went out of bounds. They'll maintain possession.
When you start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Ball is loose. Offense scoops it up and still going. I don't know if if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Caught in the backfield. It's Meadows. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on big tight end and keeping him from getting the first down? They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Motion from the back. Got it behind the line. It's Harbor. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Pulls it in. It's Payne. Stopped at the 47-yard line. A 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. He might want another play. Off play action on 1st down. Now improvising. Going to try to get it himself.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. To the air, it's Orlando. Got his man on the outside. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
And the Canes will line it up on 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That play had 6 written all over it, but he drops it in the end zone. Bad break for the offense.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Grabbed behind the line, it's Brown. He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
And the Hurricanes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on third and very short. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
I like the adjustments from this offense from first possession to second. Like first possession, you can tell maybe a little bit nervous, maybe just not starting the way they wanted to, didn't script the plays, but now putting a good drive together, a good response from Parton last drive.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Oh, that just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Back to throw, it's Orlando. Quarterback moving. Got it! And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Cade! Quick strike through the air for the score. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He'll try the left side. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. We've reached the break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Back to pass. He's going to let it go. Brings it in down the left side. Hits the crease. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bama!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Quarterback making adjustments. Scanning the field, it's Orlando. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Complete to the left. And he's still running after the move. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Hurricane. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The toss to the outside. He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try the middle. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Russell. He's looking deep. Makes a catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. This offense just gets a bolt of energy when they get a play like that. Now they're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Quick strike complete. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown tie. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. Extra point here will tie the game.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
And those body blows really, really matter. I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Steps away to find some room. Stands in and takes the hit. And they needed a little more room to work with as that one sails out of bounds.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying play action. Quarterback strolling away from heat. He'll take another shot here. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
They go to the ground. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. High-flying pass catchers and the Crimson Tide. That combination wasn't right at the top of your mind, say, 30 years ago.
No, it used to be run, run, more run, and you've seen over the years they've opened it up, the playbook, and they've brought in dudes. They've had some guys that can fly. They've had receivers winning Heisman trophies, like so many game breakers on the outside that make big plays in this offense.
Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. They'll run the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, Miami. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Works his way out to the 33-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Works his way to the 38 after gaining 5. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the first down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got first down. Let's go fast.
And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. He's going for a big play downfield. Touchdown, Alabama! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Got the quick pass. Crosses the 40. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
The offense set for a first down play. Making side adjustments here. Looking downfield, it's Orlando. Using the quick game. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Gonna let it fly. He caught it. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cavs.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room, probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air on first down. Going for the big play. Makes the grab inside the 30. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Makes the grab. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if he's going to run it. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the 4th play of the drive. This quarterback part of their running game. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for 2, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Orlando. Trying to get behind the defense. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, the quarterback wants that throwback, guys. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to drive down the field here in a 2-minute situation. We're going to get the lead. We're going to have the momentum going into the first half, but he got too aggressive And he should have thrown that one away or eaten it, because now the other team has a chance to score points here at the end of the half.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. He makes the grab. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Quarterback keeps it. Oh, he's got some space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
And they pound the rock. The run game comes through late in the first half when you needed it. Now they take the lead. They take the momentum. That's how you end the first half.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. The kick coverage team was ready and in their lanes, and he would have been better off just to take a knee in the end zone. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Orlando. Going to throw it over the top of the D. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And that's a good idea for this defense. I would be covering him too, because he's already had a day's worth of yards. The big play out wide, man, they are finding him, and he's making...
He tries to take the top off. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Canes will kick it away to start the second half. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Calls his own number. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Trying to beat the D deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw. It's Orlando. Looking to scramble. He's going to take off. He's open on the right. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Line getting set on second down. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Harbor. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Guys at the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, these two have been absolutely unstoppable in this game, and it just feels like every time this guy drops back to throw, he's throwing it to one guy and one guy only. The defense cannot stop him. He has been a matchup nightmare all.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. He's loose on the right. Running inside the 20. Touchdown time. And they turn it into a defensive score. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
Couldn't hang on to that when this defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
Looking to throw, it's Orlando. Throws for the tight end. Caught over the middle. It's shot. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. You get a guy who can do that on the outside, and it's sort of in the DNA of Miami's program.
Yeah, just speed. Those are guys that put fear in you. Those are the track stars that the Sunshine State produces.
Turning it on! Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys. He could not wait to get back out there, and that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Hurricane! Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
To throw, it's Russell. Here comes the heat. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Charles. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Fires to the middle. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. Quarterback making checks. Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And it's picked off for the fourth time today.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it from the gun. He's in open space downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
To the ground with the back. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a crease, it's Charles. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. And brought down, looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Right on the money. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Going for the big play. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Miami! Once he got some room, it was over. This is his personal resume reel, trying to win the Bolitnikoff Award or something.
Highlight after highlight after highlight. He's going to go to social media. He's going to post these. Hey, a lot of likes, a lot of love, a lot of shares with those plays.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to pass. It's Orlando. Buying some time. And he's dragged down.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Wilson. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive.
And the nice thing about late in the football game, when you have the lead, you kind of know the defense will get aggressive. You might get some man coverage. They get it to their receiver out wide. I love the run after the catch. He's got such playmaking ability. That's a big first down for this offense.
On the run, it's Peppers. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. The give to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
Well, you got to think in his mind right now, ball security is at a premium, right? He's had a problem with that earlier in this game, but with the lead now late in the game, yards aren't as important as taking care of the football. I think he's doing a better job of that now late.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll move the wide receiver. On the move. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Russell. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense. The Tide with the 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Quarterback will keep it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field, because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
On the run, it's Charles. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. A run for the quarterback. Shakes off the defender. They stop him right at the 25-yard line. That's well short of the first down. Certainly in field goal range, but let's see what they do here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Bama! And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Yeah, salt enter wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Louisiana Tech is getting smoked today. This is an eye-opener. It's a type of game that can just demoralize a fan base. They're trailing by 18 to Southern Miss. We will be multitasking today, boys. One eye on that game, one eye on your game. Really the only way to do it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Orlando. Pulls it in. It's shot. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Oh, they're after him. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires to the wideout. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. The defense making a play to...